is limiting their access to care. We also heard strong testimony about the chill effect of criminalisation on the provision of abortion care. Doctors could face a 14-year sentence if they make a wrong decision, and this is having an impact, so much so that more than half of the women who travel abroad annually to access abortion services are doing so because of fatal fetal anatomy and the lack of care here. This is particularly sad, and testimony was given by the researchers as to the many tragic cases of families of much wanted pregnancies being forced to travel to Britain for proper medical care. And I think this is really tragic, because it was one of the issues that moved the country into insisting that women should be able to access abortion care at home. And the other issues that were discussed were around conscientious objection. They were around the question of the 12-week limit and how that's having an impact on actually giving full access to abortion care for women who find themselves in tragic circumstances post 12 weeks that they cannot continue with the pregnancy because of a risk to their health and their mental health. And finally, the question of fatal fetal anomaly and the 28-day limit that a doctor has to say that the fetus will not be compatible with life beyond those 28 days. This is an impossible task for the medical profession, and it is being recommended that that also is changed. So the bill that we have before the Oireachtas tonight that will be voted on has in front of it an amendment by the Minister for Health to say, let's look at this and come back to it in a year's time. And we heard definitively from Professor O'Shea and Dr. Conlon that at least 300 women are likely to travel this year alone. Is that fair to them? Is that this country fulfilling the spirit of repeal and indeed its legal obligations to women and girls in this country? I don't think so, and that's why our bill, which would bring all the objectives into the legislation that the review has recommended and more, is important for a free vote tonight. And we find out that Fine Gael, Fianna Fáil and the Greens, very unusually, are giving their deputies a free vote tonight. So I want to ask them all, and I want to ask you who are watching this, to ensure that first of all they do not vote for the amendment from the Minister for Health, which would kick this down the road for one whole year, during which time we'll see more and more of these tragic cases. Reject that amendment and vote for the bill. The amendment to the Termination of Pregnancy Act as proposed and as presented by People Before Profit is, and it's proven here this morning by all of the research and scientific testaments, that this is eminently sensible and necessary to give women full access to their rights to proper health care in this country. So please get onto your TDs, particularly if they're Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael or Green Party TDs, and insist that they don't pass the amendment but they do pass the bill.